have a New Year's get ready with me type of look using what I've been talking about for the past, I don't know, I've been really excited to use the Kat Von D Innerstellar palette. I've been really enjoying it, and so I wanted to use that to create because it's a cool tone palette, and when I think about like New Year's looks, I think about cool tones and sparkly things, maybe like silvers and blacks, but I didn't want to do like silver and black. I wanted to do like this lilac color because I'm absolutely, this pigment by MAC, you need, it's gorgeous. I love it. So I wanted to incorporate the things I've been really enjoying lately, and since that palette is new to me, I wanted to also use it so you can see like some color combinations that you can put together, some looks from the palette. And I've created several different looks, but I'm really digging this one the most. And so yeah, we're going to create a look for New Year's, and so if you're interested, please stick around and watch the look. If you are new, I hope you subscribe and stay a while. I would love to have you here. And if you enjoy yourself, please give this video a thumbs up. I love you all. I hope you have a fabulous New Year's, and let's get into this. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes with MAC's Painterly Paint Pot, and I've been loving this brush. Actually, this is the Zoeva 142 Concealer Buffer Brush. It works perfect because it's domed. So not only does it dip into here, but it works great to blend out your eyes because it's not like a, you know, a flat top. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set all that with shadow. And I'm going to kind of use a mixture of the Kat Von D Innerstellar palette today with the Viseart Matte palette, because I feel like, here's my quick thing in a nutshell about the Kat Von D palette. It's a great palette, but I feel like there's not enough like transition shades in it. They're just too dark. And so I like to incorporate a little bit of warmth, because for me, if I do too much like cool toned and too much darkness, I look like I got sucked in the eye. So we're going to use this as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two shades and mix them together, and it's pretty close to like my skin tone. So I'm just going to take a Real Techniques domed shadow brush, dip into those two latest shades, and just kind of tap that on top of the Painterly to create a nice blending base. And now I'm going to start creating some transition shades. Putting in some transition shades. I'm going to start off with this color, and then I'm going to go back in and add in this color just to really create a nice, smooth, background. I don't know. It works well. I'm using a Wayne Goss number 3 brush to do this. It is a very fluffy, super soft brush. It works absolutely excellent to blend. Truly a dream. And I'm just going to continue to use the same brush and dip into the next darkest shade and just kind of layer it a little bit here. It's not going to matter that much. Like, you're not going to see all this specifically down here. It's just to add in some warmth. Now I'm going to take a Hakihodo GSN 10 brush. I just got this and I really am enjoying it. It's just a really soft, nice blending brush. And I'm going to go into the Kat Von D palette. And what shade did oh boy, I was kind of distracted this morning while doing this. I believe I used this shade right here. So looking at the palette, it is this one right here. It's like a very cool toned, slight hint of purple, maybe a hint of brown color. And I am going to start to work some deepness into this outer V here. No, it's not dinner. We just ate breakfast. My kids eat all day. I kid you not. They get up, they want a snack, aka breakfast. They eat breakfast, an hour later they want a snack. Okay, 15 minutes after that, is it lunch yet? Like, that is all we do around here, is eat. Like, literally, that is all we do. But seriously, all day, he wants to eat all day. I really like this brush. It really blends the shadows nicely. It's very lightweight too. It is definitely not a heavy brush. Now I'm going to take the Sephora Jumbo Crayon Eyeliner in the shade, what is this shade? Lilac Shimmer number 31. Looks like this. It is beautiful. You will see this is also waterproof. I haven't tested that part of it. I don't usually jump in the water or stand in the rain. But if you feel like a good cry, which today I probably could because, let me just tell you, Mama is PMSing. So we're just going to cover the lid with this. And then after I kind of draw it on, I like to take a brush, which let me not use that one because I used it earlier. Let me take a synthetic F70 concealer brush here from Sigma and blend that up all the way to the crease. It's a beautiful color all on its own. It's very brightening. And this is just going to help create a really brilliant, like make the colors show, but I'm also going to be using a pigment, so this will just help create a little bit of a base. Now I'm going to go on top of that with this shade. This is my favorite shade in the palette. It is stunning. It's a beautiful icy lavender shade. Oh, I don't know about you, but I love icy lavender shades. And I'm just going to take that same brush and just kind of tap that all over. Okay, and once that is on, we're actually going to take the same brush is fine and spritz it with a little bit of Fix Plus here because we are going to go in with my favorite pigment. This is MAC Kitschmas. It's like an icy lavender color, very similar to the shade we just put on our eyes. And I just like to dip my brush in, put it into the cap, and just really smush the pigment onto my brush. I almost just dumped that whole thing all over the place. And I am going to tap that all over the lid on top of that purple color we just laid down. Now I'm just going to take a clean brush. This is a Wayne Goss number 4, just a fluffy brush here. And just kind of go over the edge of that and just make sure it's nice and blended. Now we're going to add a little bit of glitter, and I honestly don't know if they still make this anymore. I bought this during in the spring, I think, so they might still make this. I don't know, but I'm going to use it anyways. You can use any sort of, you could take MAC's vanilla pigment, you could take any sort of glitter, anything like that. But I like this because I feel like this particular product is a more mature way to do glitter without it being like chunky glitter in your face, loud. It's like a soft way to add some sparkle. This is the Marc Jacobs Tonight Lights Glitter Dust in the shade 302 Stagelight, and it looks like that. And I just use my ring finger, swirl it around, and you can see it's very almost like wet looking, but it's a great way to add a little bit more glitter without it being messy and in your face. So we're just going to tap that on top here. All right, now we need to add some darkness. And I'm going to go into this darkest shade in the palette here. It looks like black. It is not black. It is actually, as you can see, almost like a really deep blue-based black. So I'm just going to take a number 5 Wayne Goss brush, just a very small, precise brush, because we're going to work in a very small area here. And I am just going to start to deepen up this outer V area here. Just kind of tapping it on and doing little tiny circles to blend it in. All these dark colors make me so nervous. Every single time I freak out that it's not going to be what I want it to be. You want to know what? Probably, maybe 50% of the time it turns out how I want it. Then I'm going to go back in with, which brush should I use? I think the number 4 brush. And I'm going to dip back into this color right here that we had previously used. just to kind of warm up and blend out the edges of this dark black color. I'm going to dig into the matte palette here, Visor, and take the black with the small brush that I had been using with the other dark color number 5, just the same small brush. And I'm just, oop, I tilted my mirror here. I'm just going to add a slight bit more of depth with the black. Not too much, just a little here, and blend that out. I'm going to do a wing liner, of course. I mean, it is New Year's Eve. I'm doing a little bit bigger of a wing than I normally do, just because I have such lash situation. Alas, I can't talk. I have such big lashes that I don't want it to be like too much going on, but definitely use some sort of liquid eyeliner because this look definitely calls for it. Now I'm going to line my upper waterline and my lower waterline because, like I said, this definitely needs some definition. So this is the NARS Via Veneto eyeliner. It's just a black eyeliner. This is the only one that stays in my waterline. I have a cup full of eyeliners and nothing really stays. This seems to stay the best, the longest. Now I'm going to take a makeup wipe, and these ones happen to be the Kirkland ones from Costco, which are fabulous. Look how big they are. And I'm just going to wipe up my under eye area here before we continue on because I have a lot of glitter. So I need to put on a little mascara, so I'm going to do just my upper lashes right now because then I'm going to go in and do some shadow on the lower lash line. Any mascara will do because we're going to put on some false lashes. This is the Chanel Volume de Chanel mascara. Fabulous mascara. This is probably on its last leg though, because I've had it open since August. I know. I need to probably toss it. Now let's put on the lashes. I picked up these Vegas Snay Grand Glamour eyelashes by Allure, and they are some serious glamour lashes. I already trimmed them. Actually, looking at it, I probably could have trimmed them even more than I did, but these ones were really long. Alright, now for my lower lash line, I'm going to use some of the same colors. I'm going to take this light color right here and just start blending that underneath my lower lash line. And this is the Morphe E36 brush, which coincidentally, I love this pencil brush. I've heard and seen a couple people talk about it here, and I'm like, yeah, you know, it's just another pencil brush. No, what makes it different is it's not as stiff. It's much more of a pliable, bendable tip. So it's not as great for, say, taking dark color and like placing it, because it's just softer. It blends things out more. So if you like a more blended, like soft lower lash line, which is what I like, this is a must. I love this brush, and it is definitely inexpensive. Now I've only tried the Elite line of Morphe brushes, well, with the exception of this one Morphe M501 that I use for highlighting, which I do like, but this is not a high quality. This is scratchier, and I probably wouldn't recommend any more of those line of brushes just because I like things to be soft and blend well. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this shade right here that we had used in our outer V originally, and put that on my lower lash line as well. Now I'm going to take the Wayne Goss number 7 brush, looks like this, And I'm going to dip into that darkest color in the Kat Von D palette and wiggle this at my lower lash line here. And I am only keeping this dark color on my outer third of my eye here. And for our inner corner highlight, I'm actually going to use MAC's Shroom because the Interstellar palette doesn't have like a really glowy, it's just too cream. This is a little bit more white and I want it to be very bright. And I'm going to use a detail brush here from Real Techniques. So I've been doing this new thing where I put my primer on and I let it sit for like 10 minutes before going in with my foundation. And I feel like it really makes a difference. Like it settles into everything. It marries with your skin and you're not just layering product after product. Because it's kind of like skincare to me and it makes sense when you apply your serums, for instance. You want to give it time to settle into your skin before going straight in with your moisturizers and stuff. I feel like it works so much better. So anyways, I am going to start off with the Tarte CC Colored Clay Primer in the shade Light. Now this is currently on sale at Sephora and you can save an additional 20% off their sale items right now. Anything on sale, I don't know what the code is, but I got an email about it. And I saw this on there and I'm like, oh, I've actually been really enjoying this. So yeah, if you want to pick this up, it's like, I think it was $34 and now it's like $18 or something crazy like that. So I'm just going to take off the cap and I just kind of draw mine on in my areas where I like to have my primer, which is T-zone up in here, and I just kind of apply it with the stick. And then I go in, well, you can go in either with the Beauty Blender, or some sort of brush. I think I'll use this brush today. This is the Pro Flawless Airbrush 56 brush by Sephora. And just kind of blend this out. And then I'm going to let that sit for about 10 minutes before going in and doing my foundation. Okay, I think it's literally been about 10 minutes. And I need extra coverage today because I have a lot of breakouts going on. But even if I didn't, man, if I'm going out at night, I'm going to be out all night long. I want my foundation to last. I kind of prefer it to be a little bit more matte just in case I do get dewy or if you're going to be sweating or dancing or whatever. So I'm going to mix these two. I need to use this up and this really legit stays on. It works well, the Estee Lauder Double Wear, but this shade is incredibly light. And then the Born This Way is just a great long-lasting foundation. I like the finish of it, but this is a little bit too dark. So I'm going to mix these two together on the back of my hand and mix up a little cocktail. New Year's Eve cocktail? Yeah. I hate that this doesn't have a pump though. You have to like pour it out. And that's a lot of foundation. And I'm going to do, well, probably like one pump of this. And now I'm going to use that dampened Beauty Blender to apply that because this is a very high coverage foundation. I just like to shear it out a little bit if I can so it doesn't get too cakey. Alright, for my concealer, I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Intensive Skin Serum Concealer in the shade 5 Sand. I really am enjoying this concealer. I recently purchased this, I don't know, a couple weeks ago maybe now, maybe 3 weeks ago. But I've been really enjoying, it's very lightweight but high coverage serum-like, so it's hydrating. It's not drying underneath the under eyes, which is very important for me. Because I find that if the concealer is too dry, for instance, I used to really like the NYX concealer. It's just too dry for me. I just can't. I can't. It creases and I look ancient in no time. This just leaves the prettiest glow to your skin after you apply it. It doesn't look dry or matte like some concealers do. It just looks radiant and like skin. Alright, so I neglect this powder because it sits in my blush palette down over there, and it's the MAC Emphasize palette, or MAC Emphasize powder. So I'm going to use this today. I actually need to leave this out so that I can use this whole palette and the powder. What brush do I want to use? I'm going to use actually this Wayne Goss 02 brush. So I pretty much used all of the brushes from Wayne Goss that I have. I ordered last year for Christmas for my gift to myself. It's called The Collection off of Beautylish, the Wayne Goss brushes. So I'm just going to tap it into this. And this brush is perfect for setting your concealer or for highlighter. And his brushes are beautiful. I think I'm going to set the rest of my face with the ambient lighting palette. I'm going to use the shade Dim Light. And I'm going to use this brush. This is the Sephora Pro Precision Powder number 59. I like to use this brush to set my face because I like that it's a little bit tapered. It's not too round like, say, this It Cosmetics one that's gigantic. I like more precise brushes. To bronze up my face, let's use this brush today, actually. This isn't a Morphe day, but I got this in a subscription service last year sometime. It was either Ipsy, no, it wasn't BoxyCharm because I didn't get that last year. It must have been Ipsy. This is the Morphe S19 brush. So I'm going to use that to bronze, and I'm going to use the NARS Laguna bronzer here to bronze up my face, which I definitely need some bronzing. I don't know why I look so pale on camera. In real life, I'm not this pale. It's translating so, like, I look like I'm dying. Alright, so for my contour, I'm going to use the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in the shade Medium. And I had placed a Morphe order, actually. For this brush, the pencil brush I already used, and then I had purchased the Morphe E4 blush brush. I've already used this. This is beautiful. I have not used this. This is the M523. Jaclyn Hill put up her video of her favorite Morphe brushes. So, of course, then you place an order, right? And she had a discount code, too, for an additional 5% off. So I'm like, well, I guess if I'm going to try it, I'm going to use it during the discount period. So, never used this. Let's go for it. I usually use the NARS Ita brush, which is a lot thinner and different completely. So, we'll see how this goes. But I do like this. Ooh, yeah, we don't want too much. What is that? Sculpting powder. I do like it. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Yeah, that creates a very nice shadow, this powder. I really like the powder because it's cool toned. So I can't remember how she said she uses it. I think she said she kind of uses it like this and then maybe turns it to blend. Let's find out here. Because right now we have a line on our face. I can't decide what blush to wear. I know I want to do something kind of pink. I pulled out my MAC blush palette just because I need to give it some more love. And like I said, if I leave it out, then I know I'll use this Emphasize powder, which I do like. And it does brighten up the under eye area. So, okay, so in my two pink options here are Well Dressed and Peony Petal. This Well Dressed, I gotta tell you, like, barely shows up on me, and I'm not even dark. So, it's one of those blushes you really have to build, and it's just very light. So, I think I'm gonna do Peony Petal, this really pink one. And if this is, like, too pink, then I will put Well Dressed over it to kind of tone it down. And this is the Morphe E4 brush here, which is really soft, and I'm really impressed with. Sorry, I gotta smile. Yeah. Oh, it's so soft. It's a really nice brush, actually. Okay, I like that. Okay, and now for highlighter, I'm going to use this one by Dose of Colors in the shade Peach Glow. Looks like this. And I'm going to use my highlighter brush I always use, which is the Morphe M501. Now this is by no means as soft as the Elite line of brushes I purchased. This highlighter is really gorgeous. And since we have a very matte face, I'm going to layer on a little extra highlighter. Setting the face. I'm going to do the Urban Decay Chill Setting Spray. No, I forgot. I'm going to do my Guerlain Meteorites first. And this is just going to like, okay, I had false nails on. I know, this is disgusting. I had false nails on for the past couple months and I had them taken off. And my nails are paper thin. And I've been ripping them like crazy, so I cut them down to nubs. This is so disturbing. This is so not my style, but they need to strengthen now. So I'm not doing any close-ups because it's disgusting. It's really hard to open things right now because they're just, oh, they're so painful. So I'm just going to take into these and just put this all over because, oh, it smells heavenly. And it gives your face the most angelic, beautiful glow. Airbrush, just, it's beautiful. I love these things. Okay, now, setting spray, a must. This is the chill one because I've had the original before. It was too drying for me. This one is better, but I don't know. There are others on the market I want to try next. This is the Dior Airy Mauve Lip Liner. Now, I think this lip liner by itself is stunning. It is just beautiful. You could do this and then throw a gloss over it or just do this. But I think what I'm going to do is use the Laura Mercier, what's this called? Paint Wash Liquid Lip Color in the shade Petal Pink. I like the formulation of this. It's very like whipped kind of. Not whipped, but I don't know. It's nice. So here's the finished lip combo. I like it. I like this pale pink color, like a cooler toned pink kind of. This kind of is borderline a little bit warm though, but it kind of mimics the cheek and goes with the purple. I like to pair purple, peach, and pink together. It's just one of my favorite combinations. Alright, so here is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I myself probably won't be going out on New Year's Eve, but that's okay. I'll probably just stay in with my kids, have a glass of wine, and watch the ball drop on TV. Eating some cookies, I'm sure, because it, after all, it's Mama's week to eat crap. You know what I mean. So I hope you guys have a very safe, blessed, super happy, fabulous New Year's. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed yourself and would like to see some more tutorials in the future featuring glitter and all things sparkly and glam, because that is, I love it. I have a special place in my heart for things glittery and glam. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and night out, and I will chit-chat with you soon. Bye, guys.